Evening people, evening, welcome back to the channel. So we've got round 4 of the Chewwitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup for you guys tonight. A bit of news after last week's, well, it wasn't very good lobbies, to be honest. A bit glitchy, people all over the place, and a lot of complaints about the lobby strength last week. So the Goodwood round last week is going to be cancelled, and we are going to run another round at the end of the season. So stick around for that. There will be one extra week. Whether it'll be at Goodwood, I don't know. Hopefully we can get the lobbies strong enough. Goodwood always seems to be a bit of a tricky one, actually. Every year we do every season we do a Goodwood, and there always seems to be issues. So yeah, that one's going to be rerun at the end of the season, hopefully with no issues. Right, what's happening here? It looks like so in light of Goodwood being scrapped, we're back to the same points we were last week. So we've still got D. leading on 123, Hatterlad second with 110. Let me just make that bigger for my old face. There we go, that works. Rob Scott has got 103 in third, Pajonski fourth with 89, Cutler in fifth with 71, 69 points on board for Old Crawler in sixth. IT 43, 66 points alongside Alien Swift, so joint 7th for those two. DK 10, he's got himself 9th place with 60 points. Giraffe Head is in 10th with 52 points. 11th is Ricky J with 46 points. We've got number 1 Pops in 12th with 41 points. I have just seen him leave the room and come back, so hopefully his connection's strong enough. But sitting in 11th with those 41 points, DDR One-Eyed Lou, he's got 13th place with 40 points. Two drivers on 29 points. We've got Hulky and MRC Shuri. Aldo in 16th on 14 points, and then Forky Jonesy only with 6 points on the board. So again, Goodwood round being scrapped. So just be aware there's going to be another round at the end of the season to catch up with that one. So still got t-shirts and stickers available, people. Should you want any of that, hit me up at darksmoker@googlemail.com and I'll throw you a t-shirt out. Richard Johnson, I've not forgot you. Just sent him a message. Although I did forget, I've not forgotten. Right, who have we got in the room tonight then? Let's have a quick flick through, shall we? We've got Cutler, we've got D-Dot, Old Crawler, Giraffe Head, Ricky J, we've got Aldo, IT 43, Pajonski, Forky Jonesy, Alien Swift, Rob Scott is in the house, Hatterlad, DK 10 is in the house. I'm trying to use the mouse to work the PlayStation. That's never going to work, is it? And then number 1 Pops there in 14th. Well, number 14, he's not 14th at the minute. So let's get ourselves in then, turn all the usual nonsense on for you lot. We've got a 10-minute qualifier and then a 1-hour endurance. And they do have to use all 3 compounds of tyres as well. Why is Cutler on racing hards for qualifying? Alien Swift currently fastest man out on track with a 1:20.350, so that puts him on preliminary pole for now. Although we are already 5 minutes into this qualifying session, we do only have 10 minutes. Just seeing Cutler peel into the pits. He doesn't want those those hards on anymore. Let's find a driver not going in the pits. Might have to go back to Hatterlad. Okay, let's get ourselves on board with Hatalad, see if he does a full lap or whether he decides to chuck himself in the pits. This is an out lap, so it should be a hot lap from him this side. So he comes out that final turn onto this start-finish straight. This track is usually a great big, well, it's not quite an oval, it's got 3 turns on it. But it does cut off, as you see, it just goes up to the banked corner. Just as they get to the banked corner, you have to peel off the outfield circuit onto the infield. Be careful of that great big transition there. Try and control this Mini, catch as much of that apex as possible. Back onto the outfield again, another great transition to take care of. Letting it roll through turns 2 and 3 into turn 4. Again, this one's tricky as the tyre wear kicks in. They'll struggle to keep it off that grass. Oh, Hatalad just keeping it on the grey stuff there. Little kink to the left here. Hard on the brakes into the hairpin. Power on. Spins those wheels up on the softs into the almost hairpin at the top here. Double apexed. Almost hairpin. Hard on the power again, down into this final turn of the track. Again, this one's tricky, carrying full speed through here. Got to be careful of the wall on the inside and the outside. Hatalad doing a good job of it there. Now full power down this start-finish straight again. Let's see what he puts in. Currently second. Is it going to be quick enough? Yes, it is. He sticks a 120.212 in, does Hatalad, so he secures pole for the time being. Oh. So nearly 7 minutes on the clock for qualifying. A couple of minutes left for people to have a go. Alien Swift. A lot of wear on his tyres, bit of damage as well. He ought to think about coming in the pits. It looks like he's going to do that. There you go, so he's going to get repaired. Try again. He's running out of time though. IT43 just comes through that final turn. Oh, he's chucked himself in the pits as well, does IT43. What's Rob Scott got? Oh, he's just crossed the line with a 120.7. Good enough for 4th so far. But it is Hatalad on pole. As we're nearly up to the 8-minute mark. Alien Swift back out the pits then. Got an out lap to do and then a hot lap. Apparently I'm being told I've got to tell people when their 10 minutes is up. So we do hit that 8-minute mark. A few drivers just about to cross the line. D-Dot's managed to get himself into 3rd position on the grid with, what's he got, a 120.5. So less than half a second back than that from that pole sitter. Less than a quarter of a second back from Hatalad at the minute. IT43 in 4th then. Rob Scott just coming around that final corner. What can he put in? What's it going to be? Doesn't look like he's quick enough for pole, that's for sure. It's a 121.0. So a bit of work for Rob Scott to do. Pajonsky in... Oh, I was going to say 6th, but he throws himself into 3rd with a 120.5. Pushes D-Dot down a spot. So where were we? Aldo then. Excuse me. 7th, just coming up to the line, followed by Forky Jonesy. Goes into 6th then. Aldo. DMK DK10 in 7th. Old Crawler 8th. Oh, he's just been pushed down a spot as well. The driver's going quicker. Number 1 pops in 10th. Forky Jonesy in 11th. Ricky J. Oh, where's Ricky J? Hatalad, Pajonsky and Giraffe Head all in the pits now. go. This is my job now, apparently. Keep behind that time. Obviously, it is Chris Cutler's lobby, but if he's out on track, which he is, he's not going to be paying much attention to the timer as such. He'll be looking at the race timer, but only whilst trying to keep it out of the walls himself. So they do get to finish these laps. But once they cross the line, that is it. And drivers need to think about getting themselves out the pits and across that first timing line, really. Otherwise it does... Sometimes it stops you registering your time if you've been in the pits and don't come back out. I think Hattelad is still in the pits. Bajonski as well, all need to come out, and DDR Racing, D.90. D.Dot actually streaming his race live if you fancy going to see him from his point of view over there on Facebook, D.90. Go and check him out. Come back though. So don't look at positions on the left yet, because we have still got drivers in the pits. They have got to finish. Apologies, they have got to get across the first timing line. Bajonski just about to do so. Puts himself back in his second position. So yeah, a few drivers just in the pits then. So tyre choices have to be made as well before we kick off. So they do have to use all three compounds in tonight's endurance race, and it's up to them when they stick those on, and they are only allowed one set of each. So they have to be careful, they don't want to blow them out too quickly. So a lot of drivers still out on track. Yeah, I think you were, Bajonski. Alright, Cutler just telling everyone to make sure you've got the right tyres on. So you are only allowed the hards, mediums or the softs in this race. No super softs available for the race. I thought they were available for qualifying, but it doesn't look like so. Most drivers on the racing softs for quali. So there's a good mix of tyres. Some on racing softs, some on mediums, some on hards. Good selection. It'll be interesting to see what happens at the start of the race. See if the gaps develop straight away. Ooh, hards on for Giraffe Head as he drifts around turn one. Again, it can be a tricky corner. Just that transition between the infield and the outfield sections can catch some drivers out. These minis do like to have a couple of goes at a corner. You might see drivers sort of steering twice, if you like. So the minis... Ouch. There you go, not quite right there from Giraffe Head. He's given himself all the front end damage and a great big chunk of engine stroke transmission damage as well. Will get repaired when the race starts, so should be okay. I don't know why you're in 14th though, Giraffe Head. I thought you'd done better than that in quali. Alright, maybe not. There's Hattelad trying to T-bone people. Oh, sorry, T-pack, not T-pack. What is it? Pit manoeuvre. He's already had someone slam into the back of him through his shenanigans. Great big dent on the rear. So people's positions are just coming in those, so Cutler can set the lobby. And we can get ourselves underway. There is Cutler in the Chewwitt Racing mini livery as well. So go and say hello to the Chewwitt Racing family over there on Facebook. Putting their name behind the league again this season. I don't know why I've spoke to you with two W's actually. Chewwitt Racing, no, it should be a single W. I'll alter that. Ah, quali ban for you. Oh, okay. Ah, okay, that's why you're sitting in 14th. I get ya. There he is. Damaged. It's a fair bit of damage. Most people have got a little dent somewhere or another. Cutler and Aldo seem to have got away with it. Right, here we go then. 1 hour enduro coming up. Again, all 3 compounds of tyres must be used. Rob Scott decides to handbrake into the wall. Let's get it on then. 60 minutes, 3 different compounds. Fuel is on as well. Tyre, didn't see what fuel was on. They'll definitely have to fill up at some point during this race, and enduro is a certainty for that one. Hatterlad on pole then. Can they all get through turn 1 cleanly? Can we see any lights on screen? No, we can't. Thank you, Gran Turismo. They're away though. That's a good start from Bajonski. Trying to look for a way through the field already. Gets himself over to the inside line. Into turn 1 they go then. Looks like, was that IT43 or number 1 Pops looking to go wide into turn 1? It was IT43. So Hatterlad holds the lead then. Cutler right behind him in second. Alien Swift losing a position then. D-Dot into 4th position. Pajonski right behind him for 5th. Rob Scott in 6th. Aldo 7th. IT43 in 8th. Number 1 Pops in 9th. DK10 in 10th. Ricky J in 11th. Old Trawler 12th. Forky Jonesy 13th. And Giraffe Head, oh, looking to get up the inside. A little bit of a glitch there. I'm not sure if that was Giraffe Head. Maybe a tiny bit of glitching. Top 5 then starting to just pull a little bit of a gap. Hatterlad still controlling the pace at the minute. On the racing hards. Oh, into the wall he goes. That's going to slow him down along this long straight. Might lose a couple of positions here. Might only be a couple of miles an hour. But you can see Cutler already looking to make a move around the outside. Alien Swift, D-Dot looking for the toe. Slingshot pass for Alien Swift. Can he get it done before turn 1? Oh, Cutler chopping the nose off of Hatterlad, making sure he secures that position as they go into turn 1 for lap 2. Almost 4 wide, 3 wide as they go into turn 1. D-Dot trying to squeeze himself through there as well. Hatterlad goes a little bit deep. Oh, it's still 3 wide. Looks like Alien Swift might just have the advantage, but Cutler might just have the inside line. No, he doesn't. Alien Swift then retakes race lead. Almost 3 wide into the next section. Cutler getting pushed out a little bit. Oh, Alien Swift's gone. He's gone sideways. Oh, he's collided with a couple of drivers. That slowed them down, but D-Dot takes race lead. Hatterlad into second. Aldo through into third. Rob Scott 4th. IT43 5th. Bajonski in 6th with the coming together with Alien Swift peeling across the track. Cutler got caught up in that as well, unfortunately. So both drivers pushed down to 6th and 7th respectively. Looking to get past other drivers. Old Crawler in 8th, then number 1 Pops in 9th. Ricky J 10th. Giraffe Head making a couple of moves into 11th. DK10 in 12th. Forky Jonesy 13th. Alien Swift then, after picking up that damage, running slowly and now at the back of the pack. Will he bother to get that repaired? We'll wait and see. It is an endurance. It might benefit him. Get it fixed now rather than trying to... Oh no. Maybe he's just going to wait for the pit stop window to open. D-Dot comes firing himself into turn 1, as does Aldo in 3rd. Goes really wide there, Aldo. Keeps it on track though. Dazzler's joined the room, but we've already started the race, my friend, so unfortunately you won't be in, even if you were meant to be, which I don't think you are. But it is D-Dot still leading. Hatterlad 2nd. Let's get ourselves on board with a little bit of this fight, shall we? Can we change that up and get the insert? Well, that'll do. Roof cam. Big piles of wheel spin. Oh, that's not what I meant to be doing. That's the wrong button completely. That's the button I wanted. Back to roof cam. Rob Scott right behind Hatterlad through this final turn. Both drivers keeping it out of the wall. Cutler's got himself back up into 6th. He's got to manage to get himself ahead of Bajonski. But D-Dot and Hatalad are starting to disappear a little bit. They've got a 1.7 second lead over Aldo in 3rd. He's being chased down by Rob Scott and IT43. Rob Scott should just hold the advantage into turn 1. Looks like he's carrying a little bit more speed than both of these drivers actually. Into turn 1. Aldo not running it too wide. Rob Scott goes a little bit wide on the exit. But, into the wall a tiny bit for Aldo. Rob Scott closing up. Can he squeeze past him before turn 2? No, he can't. He has to back off. Aldo very lucky there. And this is just allowing D-Dot and Hatalad to escape a little bit more. 1.9 seconds down the road now. So there is D-Dot. Oh, bit hot into the hairpin. Hatalad gets a good exit. Right behind D-Dot as they come into this double apexed almost hairpin. Can he keep it within striking distance and get onto him down this start-finish straight? We'll get ourselves on board. Both taking that final turn nice and tight. Both drivers keeping it out of the wall as well. So it's hard tyres on for Hatalad. I didn't see what D-Dot's got. We'll stick with this view for now. Can Hatalad use the toe up this start-finish straight? Can he slingshot past before turn 1? Little bit of bump drafting to try and edge them up the road a little bit, get them out of the danger from the drivers behind. They are already 2.5 seconds up the road, this pair. Let's get themselves clear and then let the battle commence maybe. Let's just see what tyres D-Dot Racing's on. So he's on the mediums, he has gone wide though. Hatalad is going to carry the speed. D-Dot's going to try and come back at him. No. Completely too far back, unfortunately, for D-Dot Racing. So he gets turn 4 a little bit wrong. Onto the grass he goes. Allows Hatalad through. Hatalad has almost got a second on him as well. And that little mistake has brought the drivers behind a little bit closer. Now 1.6 seconds back. So Aldo in 3rd, then Rob Scott right behind him. Still got Cutler there in 5th. He's managed to get himself past IT43 in 6th. And Bajonski still 1.4 seconds back, unfortunately, at 7th. Number 1 pops another 1.1 back in 8th. He's got Old Crawler for company right behind him. Ricky J 2.8 seconds back in 9th. Rob Scott's in the pits. Forky Jonesy, he's in 11th. That will change. Giraffe Head, he now moves into 11th. DK10 into 12th. Alien Swift looking to come back at him up the inside into turn 1. Has that worked out? DK10 gives him plenty of space. Alien Swift goes through then. Can he carry enough speed to get Giraffe Head before turn 2? Diz, evening brother, how you doing my friend? I do commentate on P1 races when the lobbies aren't glitchy. Obviously this is on PS4. Sorry, Giraffe Head getting it all squirrely through turn 4 there. Keeps it on track. Yeah, so they've jumped over to GT7, but obviously the lobbies are a bit glitchy. And the cameras don't work. So I can get the cameras to work until they start the race, and then it just puts me to this camera, and I can't. All I can do is change between drivers. With GT Sport, I've got options to. I can still change all the cameras and stuff, but I can't do that in GT7. So until they fix it, no. But when they fix it, yes. Hatalad then still holding that lead. He has lost another almost half a second back to D-Dot. Want to know why Rob Scott came in the pits, hopefully just for a tyre change. A little bit early maybe for the hards to be dropped. Cutler holding that 3rd position at the minute, still being harassed by Aldo. Oh, Cutler's got wide through turn 4 as well though. Aldo not able to take advantage. That is going to bring IT43 back into this fight. He is on the hard tyre. Yeah, the lobbies are terrible, mate. The lobbies are terrible. Like I say, the cameras don't work. I think the lobbies themselves, as in not deleting settings, are about fixed. You can save stuff and load stuff and things like that now. But yeah, I don't know whether they fixed the cameras yet. Oh, Hatalad wide out of the final turn. Catches the wall. Is D-Dot going to be able to take advantage? Not really diving into the slipstream as I'd have expected with these boys. Being hunted down by a Boeing 747 at the minute above them. Cutler still holding third. Aldo still looking for a way past him. Oh, he's on the marbles though, Aldo. Manages to keep it in check with Cutler though. But I do want to check where Rob Scott is. Where does he go all the way to the back? Not quite. 13th. So he's on a set of mediums now. Again, not sure if you came in for tyres or damage. Giraffe Head's in the pits. Giraffe Head's picked up front end damage and transmission damage. It's a trip to the pits for him. Back up front though, Hatalad still leading. D-Dot sticking with him. Bit of wear showing on those hards actually. Medium starting to throw up a big chunk of red as well. Cutler, the tyre whisperer on those mediums. Slowly, slowly, just chopping little bits of time out of the two drivers in front. 1.1 seconds. Under no threat from Aldo at the minute. 1.8 seconds back. Maybe a little mistake from Aldo. IT43 less than a second back himself in 5th. That's a good start to the season, IT43. Johnski in 6th. Another 2.3 back unfortunately, but he is on the hard tyres, got the faster tyres yet to race on. Old Crawler 7th. Number 1 pops in the background, getting a little bit squirrely as he came onto the infield. So number 1 pop sitting in 8th. Ricky J in 10th. Sorry, 9th. Don't know why I said 10th. Not too far off, 2.5 back from number 1 pops. Bit of a gap back to Forky Jonesy, 4.3 seconds. Got Alien Swift for company. You're in for a probing now, Forky. DK10 sitting in 12th. Hard tyres showing a little bit of wear. Rob Scott back out the pits on the mediums. And Giraffe Head got that damage repaired and back out on track. A long way back now, unfortunately. 38 seconds behind Rob Scott and a whole minute behind race leader, but it is a long race. We've still got 47 minutes to go. Ooh, Giraffe Head ridiculously hot into turn 1. Back up front then, top 3 are neck and neck. Let's get ourselves on with a Cutler for this one. Hatalad's gone deep. Can Cutler sweep up the inside? No, Hatalad's car's just big enough to get in between him. So between D-Dot and Cutler. Holds on to that second. No threat from behind. Cutler actually having to back off the throttle through there. He's carrying a bit too much speed. Back on the hunt then. There's the gap back to Aldo. Now under threat from IT43. Cutler's looking for up the inside of the hairpin. Not quite close enough this time. But D-Dot's got a bit deep. Hatalad through on the inside again. Who's going to carry the speed? D-Dot's holding the inside line again. Hatalad giving him plenty of room. They are going to be bumper to bumper when they come through this final turn. Dazzler left the room. I was going to say, all 3 drivers getting through there perfectly cleanly. It's on then, drag race down towards turn 1. Cutler sticking in the tailpipes of Hatalad. There they go then. Here comes Cutler closing up on the pair of them. Is he making the move? Yes he is. Up the inside of Hatalad before they get into turn 1. D-Dot closing the door on him. There is Hattelad, so Hattelad has to slot into third, does he? Has he managed to get up the inside? No, he's not, but Cutler's carry good speed through turn one. He's managed to close the gap up and get himself up the inside, as has Hattelad. Carrying great speed there, Hattelad. Gets through as well, so D-Dot then from first to third in one turn. That puts Cutler up front then, now with Hattelad second, D-Dot third. IT43 has got himself through into fourth position. D-Dot looking to get up the inside of Hattelad. Still nothing in it between these three. Gap back to IT43 is now 4.1 seconds. He's still got Aldo for company, just 0.3 of a second back. Pajonski still 1.9 back in 6th. Again on those hard tyres. Old Crawler 7th. Ricky J 8th. Forky Jonesy 9th. What's happened to Alien Swift? DK10 in 10th. Rob Scott 11th. Number 1 Pops in 12th. Looks like he's been in the pits, put a fresh set of mediums on. Alien Swift down to 13th. Did you come in the pits? You must have done, because you got a fresh set of softs on. And Giraffe Head, after picking up that damage, now 25 seconds back. Still a minute and 10 almost behind the race leaders. Again, anything can happen in these Enduros. Oh, Hattelad's gone wide. It's not cost him any positions, but it's cost him a bit of time to Cutler. There's the gap just growing a little bit between Cutler and Hattelad. He's having to go slightly defensive from D-Dot Racing as well. Holds that inside line. Who's going to win out here? Hattelad just by the skin of his teeth. Cutler now 1.1 seconds up the road on a reasonably good set of mediums. If we flick back to D-Dot, who's also on the mediums, he's got a big chunk on his right hand front missing. And if we jump back to Cutler in first and have a look at his, he's got about a quarter, so he is known as the tyre whisperer. He is also holding fastest lap of the race at the minute, 121.3. D-Dot and Hattelad working together maybe to try and close that gap back up on Cutler. Is it going to work? Not at the minute. Cutler then extends 1.4 seconds. 1.5, starting to pull away then. Quarter of the way into this race. IT43 then holding that fourth. Aldo still right there with him. Oh, deep there for IT43. Aldo's come up the inside. Carried that speed through, and he'll have the advantage into the hairpin. He's already got himself in front. Into fourth then for Aldo. Little bit of a mistake from IT43 coming into turn 4. Old Crawler 6th. Ricky J 7th. Rob Scott in 8th. DK10 9th. Forky Jonesy with a little bit of damage on the front end 10th. Pajonski has been in, ditched his hard tyres, now got the mediums on 11th. Number 1 Pops has been in for a set of mediums, sitting in 12th. Alien Swift, fresh set of softs on in 13th. And Giraffe Head 14th on those hard tyres. Hattelad into the pits now. So losing a couple of positions here. He's ditching those hards though. The gap between Cutler and D-Dot extending a little bit more, 2.2 seconds. Obviously we don't have Hattelad in between these two to close that gap up. But there it is. Great big chunk of time for D-Dot to try and make up. Again, both drivers on the medium tyres, but D-Dot's tyres looking a lot worse than Cutler's. Sliding into into the hairpin. Aldo still holding that line in front of IT43. And a little mistake from IT43, just costing that position. losing a little bit of time to Aldo as well, so the hards just costing him. Oh, Aldo's on the hards as well. Old Crawler into 5th then. Again, a lot of drivers not pit yet. Medium tyres on board for Old Crawler. Looks like he's staying out here. Ricky J as well on the hard, staying out, 2.7 seconds back. Hatterlad back out the pits, 9.2 seconds down from Ricky J, 24 seconds down from Cutler. Under pressure from Rob Scott. Rob Scott on a semi-decent set of mediums. Gap still growing up front. Cutler 2.6 seconds. Oh, D-Dot's tyres absolutely screaming at him right now. He won't want to come into the pits unless Cutler does. And I can imagine he knows Cutler can do an extra lap on his tyres, if not 2 more laps on those tyres compared to D-Dot's. That right hand front is absolutely devastated. Must be struggling around some of these. Oh, into the wall he goes through some of these left-handers. Are we going to see him chuck himself in the pits? He holds himself to the inside line. And he does come in this lap then. So Cutler still extended 3.1 seconds by the time he crosses the line. 40 minutes remaining, 39 actually to be precise. Aldo into 2nd then. He has managed to pull a little bit of time away from IT43. That gap's extended up to 1.4 seconds. Oh, Old Crawler. Straight up the inside of Giraffe Head there. Not sure if you just come out of the pits, Giraffe Head. Were you not carrying as much speed? Maybe. Fresh set of mediums on. Oh, it doesn't say outlap on your car. A lot of drivers jumping in the pits now then, getting rid of that first set of tyres. Cutler still out on that first set, as is Aldo, as is IT43. Old Crawler not stopped yet, nor has Ricky J. Hatterlad has been in though, and closing the gap up on Cutler, 20.9 seconds. That medium tyre running a little bit quicker. Rob Scott on the mediums came in quite early. D-Dot has just come in, put the hards on, so he's blown out his mediums. That only gives him the softs left for the final stint. Johnsky, fresh set of mediums on board as well, so just 0.8 of a second back from D-Dot. Wants to be sticking with him, or if not, trying to make the move. Alien Swifton on those softs, starting to show a fair bit of wear on those already, sitting in 10th. DK10 sitting in 11th. Again, fresh set of mediums on board. Forky Jones, he just come out with a fresh set of mediums too. Number 1 Pops on a semi-worn set of mediums, and Giraffe Head on a fresh set of mediums. Cutler now 7 seconds adrift from anybody else. Again, the drivers who have pit will be closing the gap up on Cutler. Again, he'll be ditching his mediums. He's got the hards and the softs to play with, so it'll be interesting to see which he puts on next. Obviously, if he puts the softs on, he won't have a clear track in front of him by the time he comes out. So he may opt for the hards and try and race them out. When will he come in though? That's the question. Again, Cutler is known as the tyre whisperer in these minis. Looks like he's staying out for another lap here. He does. Aldo also stays out. IT43 comes in the pits. Ricky J stays out. That's not who we wanted. We wanted Hatterlad. Now only 17.9 seconds back from Cutler. Started to show a little bit of wear on those mediums though. Still got the softs left to play with for the final stint, but he's got to be careful he doesn't blow these mediums out a little bit quickly. Again, Cutler still on his first set of tyres, looking after them very well as well. Rob Scott. Maybe he came in the pits early because he was lacking chocolate, I don't know. Maybe it's a drive-by dairy milking. Just open the window and they fling a few in rather than fill him up with fuel. Just chuck dairy milks at him. We don't know the enigma that is Rob Scott. When are we going to see Cutler in? He's coming in this lap then. Are we going to see those drivers behind? So he's getting rid of the mediums. Aldo, the doobie on his number plate. He is going to take race lead. Not doing too bad with those hards either. 122, 123 is his lap times. Not too bad. So Hattelad gets himself into second. He's got Ricky J for company. Bump drafting him down the straight. Could have been. So Ricky J into third. Again, not stopped on those hards. Rob Scott out on those mediums. Pajonski on the mediums. Fresh-ish set into fifth. D-Dot Racing right behind him. So Pajonski has made the move past D-Dot. Those hard tyres just causing D-Dot to make a mistake, allowing Pajonski to come through. Again, slightly quicker tyre as well, the medium. Cutler back out the pits in 7th on the hard tyre. Oh, Rob Scott going a little bit wide just in the foreground of that shot. So now he's 19.7 seconds back himself from race leader Aldo. Alien Swift up into 8th, but his soft tyres looking worse for wear now. He's got IT43 on a fresh set of softs behind him. He's going to make short work of Alien Swift, I think. Old Crawler another 2.5 back. Fresh set of softs on board for him. Forky Jonesy 21 seconds back on the fresh mediums. DK10 fresh mediums, but a bit of rear end damage. Sitting in 12th. Number 1 Pops, we just catch getting it all wrong, going through turn 4. A little bit of wear on his mediums now as well. And Giraffe Head, fresh-ish set of mediums, but unfortunately still rolling out the back. 21.5 seconds down from number 1 Pops. But again, it only takes someone to make a great big mistake and put it in the wall. And there are positions to be had here. Aldo then leading Hattelad 6.2 seconds back. And he's got a Giraffe Head to get past as well. Giraffe Head on a reasonably good set of mediums, so that won't make it super easy for Hattelad. Also, Ricky J holding 3rd position at the minute. Still out on that first set of hard tyres, 32 minutes remaining, so he's done 28 minutes on that set of hards. Aldo's in the pits now though. He drops those hards at the 28-minute mark. That allows Hattelad through to retake the lead of the race. Ricky J stays out again though. Rob Scott stays out. D-Dot and Pajonski battling it out for these positions. Looks like D-Dot's got the position off him. Here comes Cutler firing himself into the fray now. Close back, right back up and managed to get himself up the inside of Pajonski too. Racing hards versus racing mediums, but a slightly fresher set of hards on for Cutler. Gets himself back through into 5th then, on the hunt for D-Dot in 4th. There is Rob Scott just going through your camera. D-Dot, Cutler, Pajonski. IT43 just in the background as well. There he is. Aldo, Old Crawler. And big gaps back to Alien Swift. Hatalad leading. Still got Giraffe Head to get past. Will benefit from the toe though. Hopefully Giraffe Head sees the blue signs and makes it nice and easy for Hatalad to get through. Couple of other drivers as well in the fray here. We've got Ricky J and Rob Scott. And we've got D-Dot and Cutler battling it out for third here. Oh, sorry, fourth. Oh, Cutler's now at the inside of D-Dot. So, hard tyre versus slightly worn hard tyre. Versus slightly worn medium. So, Pajonsky back into sixth then, unfortunately. On the hunt for a Cutler or a D-Dot. Oh, you can see them getting a bit squirrely. Not gaining any time on Hatalad up front either. Oh, great big chunk of glitch from Giraffe Head there. So 6.7 second lead, although he's got Giraffe Head right behind him. Giraffe Head is a lap down, so it's Ricky J 6.8 seconds down. There he is. Again, still on that first set of hard tyres is Ricky J. He's held on to those. Still not pitting either. Rob Scott then third, closing the gap up 1.7 seconds down. Cutler now 2.2 seconds back. Got D-Dot right up his rear bumper, making a move into turn one, side by side. Making sure Cutler knows he's there, gives him plenty of room. These two battling, is that going to help Pajonsky out? No, he's now 1.8 seconds down. And I think at this sort of tyre wear level, a set of softs will last you about 15 minutes. Oh, D-Dot's got it wrong through there. That's going to allow Pajonsky to have an attack here. D-Dot gets it a little bit wrong through turns 2 and 3. Loses the fight between himself and Cutler. Now puts himself back into a fight for 5th and 6th with Pajonsky behind him. We've still got IT43 just lurking in the background. 1.4, 1.5 seconds down in 7th. There he is. Aldo back out of the pits, fresh set of mediums on in 8th. Old Crawler a few seconds behind him, 5 seconds back in 9th. There is Alien Swift in 10th, so he's got rid of the softs, hard tyres on then. That should be him to the end of the race, I think. I think that's your third tyre going on, I believe. Who's that in the pits? Ricky J now comes in the pits, so he's going to lose a lot of positions, but he has only got to put these mediums or softs on for a short period of time before he can swap tyres again. So we'll see how he gets on. So there is Hatalad, still extending 9.1 seconds. Rob Scott then struggling again, big wear on his mediums. Cutler all over the back of him now, 1.2 seconds back on that fresh set of hards. D-Dot still under threat from Pajonsky. IT43 bringing himself ever closer to these boys, now 1.1 seconds back. Pajonsky having another look at D-Dot. Again, a semi-worn set of mediums on board for Pajonsky versus D-Dot's very slightly worn set of hards, but this battling has definitely brought IT43 back into contention. Look, only 1.1 of a second back from Pajonsky. Are they going to bump draft, or are they going to go for a move? Or maybe nobody quite close enough. IT43 thinks about it. Oh, you've got to be careful. That unsettling can just send you into the car next to you if you are too close. Looks like they've all managed to get away with it. Oh, IT43 was carrying a tiny bit of extra speed than Pajonski, not able to put it to any use though. Had to give a little dab of brakes just before they run into turn 3 and turn 4 so as not to smash into the back of them. D-Dot goes a little bit wide. IT43 does carry good speed down here, but he backs off on the way into the hairpin. Oh, D-Dot, he likes to run wide on the hairpin. Does put him in good position for this next turn, but it does slow him down on the exit. Pajonski thought about slinging on up the inside, as does IT43. Absolutely bumper to bumper here. We've got Rob Scott battling it out in front with Cutler for third. Looks like Cutler's made it. Rob Scott drops into third position then. Cutler second. There is Hattelad all the way down the other end of this straight. On again then for another overtake here. IT43, no, doesn't do it. A little bit of bump draft for Pajonski, just knocks him up the road slightly towards D-Dot, then uses the slipstream himself to drag himself closer. Pajonski going for a slingshot around the outside, unsettled him a little bit. Again, IT43 thinks about going up the inside. He could have done that, I think, if you'd have kept the power in, but it would have compromised you both through this turn. D-Dot's gone wide. That's slowed him down loads. Pajonski is going to get this position. I think IT43 is going to get him into the hairpin as well. Little mistake from D-Dot there has cost him. Oh, IT43 thinking about a move up the inside of Pajonski as well there. Into fifth then for IT43. D-Dot Racing struggling. He's now got Aldo for company as well. So back up front to Hattelad. That time has come down a little bit. His mediums screaming at him now. He's got a set of softs left to play with, but only 23 minutes. I don't think a set of softs is going to last that long. Cutler now 8.1 seconds down on a reasonably fresh set of hard tyres. Leaves him mediums for the end, I believe. Oh no, sorry, I think that leaves you the softs for the ends. IT43 does get himself through into third then. So a great big coming together or something between Pajonski and Aldo, and possibly D-Dot. Oh sorry, Pajonski and D-Dot, but that has allowed IT43 on a pretty worn set of softs to come blasting through into third. Pajonski fourth, D-Dot fifth. Now Aldo tucked onto the back end for sixth. D-Dot racing up the inside at Pajonski. Can Pajonski get the run out? Don't think he can. The door was closed on him. Aldo's having a look up the outside. Aldo gets through. Pajonski struggled there on the exit of the hairpin. Maybe slow down a little bit with D-Dot closing the door on him. On again here. D-Dot under threat from DMK Aldo now. Pajonski's coming in the pits. He's ditching those mediums. So it's just going to give him softs left. 22 minutes. See if he can get those to last. Hattelad, his mediums absolutely screaming at him. He's lost a second and a half, nearly 2 seconds to Cutler behind him. 6.8 seconds the gap. Those hards still looking remarkably good for Cutler. Again, he went a long while on the mediums as well. A lot longer than most drivers. He's got wide through turn 4 though. Seems to be catching a few drivers out tonight. IT43 still holding third, still got a second plus over fourth place. It's now Aldo who's managed to slot himself into fourth. D-Dot fifth. Oh yeah, that's because Pajonski's gone in the pits. Alien Swift in sixth, but he's under pressure from Rob Scott and Ricky J here. Rob's Alien Swift on the hard tyre, Rob Scott on the softs, Ricky J on the mediums. Pajonski back out the pits on the softs as well. Fresh set. He's got to get past these drivers quickly though to try and make any kind of headway back up to the front few drivers. Looking for a way through, swerving. Oh my God, what happened to Ricky J? Up the inside then for Bajonski. Ricky J is giving him plenty of room. Some really good driving there between those two through that turn, that's for sure. So it's Alien Swift in 6th. Can he hold it? Rob Scott 7th. He's looking to make a move up the inside here. Bajonski holding on to 8th for the time being. Ricky J not close enough to make a move here, but it is Rob Scott that goes through to take that 6th place. Alien Swift in 7th now then. Oh, Bajonski trying to get up the inside on the exit of turn 1 and does so. Can he hold the line into turn 2? Does Alien Swift see him? Oh, so close between those two. Holds on to the position though, Alien Swift. Rob Scott, Bajonski on that super fresh set of softs. Should be able to make short work of these two, really. He'll be getting the better drive. He'll be able to brake later. Oh, a little bit squirrely there from Alien Swift again. Just blocks off any kind of move by Bajonski. Puts him back under pressure from Ricky J here. Rob Scott making a little bit of a break. That fresh set of softs working in his favour. Alien Swift's hard costing him then. Bajonski now looking for the move. J also closing up. Oh, we'll just see Bajonski peel his way out. Has he got the speed? Up the inside of Alien Swift. Keeps the position as well. Soft tyre versus hard tyre. Ricky J right behind him. He's on the medium tyre, so might be able to get that position off of Alien Swift as well. But let's see what's happening back up front. Alien Swift's under a serious threat here from Ricky J as well. Let's have a quick look up front. Oh, the gap. Oh my gosh. You better come in the pits this lap, Hatter lad. Cool, blimey. Tyres are bleeding. Fuel's out. 2.4 seconds. There is Cutler just in the rear of that frame, coming around the very same turn. Hatter lad. He's staying out. He's a maniac. He's a maniac. If he doesn't control this Mini on this lap, he could lose the position to Cutler straight away here. Both drivers got a final stop to do. I believe both drivers have got the soft tyre to play with. Just under 18 minutes remaining. This will be the time to stick that on. Cutler also holding just under half a tank, whereas Hatterlad has got just enough to get him round and back into the pits. So if Cutler decides to come in right behind Hatterlad, not that I think he will on that much tyre wear, he's going to spend less time in the pits for starters because he doesn't need to put so much fuel in, and will jump Hatterlad without having to actually make a move on him. He's all over the back already though, 0.6 of a second. He might just decide to stop out. Hatterlad's going to have to come in the pits. He might try and risk one more lap, but I'd almost like, what's the point? You're going to get overtaken by Cutler on this next straight. Staying over to the left. It does look like Hatterlad. No, he's staying out again. He's risking another lap. He's putting it to Cutler. He's holding on to that position as well at the time being. Can Cutler make anything of it into turn 1? Oh, tries to switch up the inside. Oh, almost works. A little bit of contact between the two. Hatterlad really struggling to keep that thing going around a corner. As you can see, he's just disappeared off track. Oh, still a tiny bit of contact. Oh, it's caught Hatterlad out. Aldo's managed to sneak his way through as well as they come into turn 4. Yeah, he should have come in a lap earlier, maybe Hatterlad. Okay, would have lost you the positions, but you'd have been back out on that fresh set and not losing positions like you are, because you're going to now lose positions as you come in the pits as well. So, you know, it's that toss-up. Like I say, strategy plays a massive part in these Enduros. So it is Cutler back out front. Again, still with a set of softs to play with, I think. I would expect Hattelad to come in the pits this lap. Again, I didn't think he had enough fuel on board for the last 2 laps, but, you know. Excuse me. He does peel into the pits now then. I was going to say it would have been a short-lived race if he didn't. I don't think I've ever seen anyone take out a set of fronts as much as that Hattelad. So dropping down the order into 4th at the minute. Again, Cutler's yet to take his final stop. Aldo has yet to take his final stop, as has D-Dot, I believe. So we'll see where it brings Hattelad back out. It's pushed him down to 8th position at the minute. Again, a few of these drivers got to come in and take their last stop anyway. But now Cutler is under pressure. Aldo looking up the inside to take race lead here into the hairpin. Racing mediums versus racing hards. Aldo gets the job done through on those mediums then. Not much fuel left to go though for Aldo. He's going to have to come in for a stop soon. Hattelad has done a Ferrari. D-Dot holding 3rd. He's being chased by DK10 in 12th. Rob Scott in 4th. There is Pajonski right behind him in 5th. Both with a decent set of softs on then. Oh, Pajonski holding less fuel. Is it going to be enough to get him to the end? We'll see. Just under 14 minutes to go. Ricky J into 6th then. IT43 7th. Hattelad back out the pits. Fresh set of softs. 31.2 seconds down from Cutler though. I don't know if that's doable. He won't overtake you when Cutler comes in the pits, that's for sure. Let's see if he can make that time up on those softs before Cutler comes in. He has managed to retake the lead off of Aldo, but again goes wide through turn 4. Can Aldo make use of that? Again looking to make the move into the hairpin on Cutler. Retake that race lead through there. Again, we'll have to come in the pits soon, Aldo. Oh, well, I mean, so will Cutler. Both drivers got to take their final stop. Aldo goes wide into the double hairpin, allows Cutler back through. When are you going to come in, Aldo? Possibly got another lap or 2 of fuel. Using the slipstream of Cutler, we're going to see him sling one out into turn 1, try and go for the move again. Goes to the outside, looks to carry more speed through the turn. Cut back on the exit maybe, doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it. A little bit too much tyre wear on those mediums. He is all over the back of Cutler still though. D-Dot now in the pits. He falls further and further down the field. Rob Scott gets pushed into 3rd then. Still got Pajonski on his tail. Pajonski looking to go up the inside of turn 1. Not quite. Rob Scott holds onto that one. Pajonski slots himself back into 4th position. Had some real good battles throughout the last few seasons, these pair, as has Cutler and D-Dot. Counting anyone out, we've had a real good bunch of drivers the last few seasons. Pajonski all over the back of Rob Scott then. Ricky J holding 5th. Have you still got softs to play with, Ricky J? Hattelad up into 6, looking to battle his way past IT43. Through he goes. So now only 26 seconds back. top drivers in the pits, Cutler and Aldo then. Rob Scott and Podjonsky are going to come through. They are on their final tyre, so they've just got to be able to hold out for the next 11 minutes on these. Through they go. Who is going to be next? Ricky J. Why would it let me flick to Ricky J? Yes, it will. So he slots himself into third. Hattelad goes through into fourth. IT43 in fifth. Who's that coming out of the pits? Cutler slots himself into sixth position. Oh, and IT43 nearly sideways into Hattelad. So Cutler, where are you? Sixth, fresh set of softs on board. 10 minutes remaining. This should all play into Cutler's hands. Aldo also out on the fresh set of softs. 13, nearly 14 seconds back from race leader Rob Scott and Podjonsky. Where are they? Just going around the hairpin. 10 minutes remaining. These two have just got to control their tyres a little bit, not lose too much time to the drivers behind. Got 4 seconds back to Ricky J. He's being harassed. Oh no, he's not, sorry. That's 3.4 seconds again back to Hattelad. Almost a second back to Cutler. IT43 is a second back as well. So Cutler, where's Aldo? Aldo's just 2.9 seconds back from IT43. He's on that fresh set of softs. Should be able to close the gap up. Oh, what's happened there? Oh, just as drivers are crossing the line, looks like IT43 made a move on Cutler, but as they crossed the line, it just changed their positions on screen. So, with just 9 minutes remaining, let's have a look. It is Rob Scott still leading over Podjonsky, but only just. Ricky J still holding third position. Hattelad and Cutler come firing through turns 4, hunting down Ricky J, Podjonsky and Rob Scott. IT43, 1.4 seconds back in 6th. Aldo in 7th. D-Dot in 8th. Alien Swift 9th. Old Crawler 10th. Forky Jonesy 11th, DK10 12th, Giraffe Head 13th, number 1 Pops 14th. This is where the battle is, just here and just here now. Ricky J, Hattelad and Cutler, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Ricky J on a worn set of mediums. Again, I'm sure he's got a set of softs to play with. Does look like he's coming in the pits this lap. It's going to drop him down the order, so we'll see where he comes back out. But it is Hattelad versus Cutler then for 3rd. Cutler goes for the old switcheroo and gets it. Does he? Oh, not quite. Hattelad able to leave enough space between them both to get himself back in front. Holds on to 3rd then. Rob Scott still managing to fend off Podjonsky. Absolutely nothing in it really between these two or the 2 drivers behind, Hattelad and Cutler. Having to go defensive though, Rob Scott. Podjonsky would have easily slung one up the inside there. Again, nowhere for him to go. Oh, that's not the driver I want. That's the driver I want. So on board with Podjonsky then, hunting down that 1st place driver. Keeping it out the wall, still got 5.7 seconds above Hattelad and Cutler, still battling out behind them. Can Podjonsky use the slipstream down here? So the soft tyre starting to show a bit of wear then between these two. Rob Scott's gone mega defensive. Podjonsky's taken the high line, maybe trying to carry more speed through. Side by side with Rob Scott. Who's going to win out? Who's going to win out? It is Rob Scott. He holds on to that 1st again. Cutler has managed to get his way past Hattelad as well into 3rd. So he's now the chase car behind these two. Again, Rob Scott. Is he going to go defensive into the hairpin? He does. Real good battle between these two. I'm sure it's kicking off between Hatalad and Cutler as well. Almost off track there for Bajonski. He's trying everything he can to get past Rob Scott. Just under 6 minutes remaining. Another lap to try it here for Bajonski. Just having to back off so he doesn't clap to the wall. Slowed him down a little bit. Let's flick back to this third place battle, and it is Cutler way out front now. Oh, that's the wrong button. He's now got himself almost a second over Hatalad, and closing the gap up on those two in front. What have we got? 5 minutes remaining, nearly 4 seconds between Cutler and Bajonski. These two have both had a set of soft tyres on for an awful long time now. A lot of wear showing on those. Tiny little mistake from either driver could cost them a win here. Oh, it's another good attempt here by Bajonski. Not quite able to carry the speed around the outside again there. Neck and neck for Bajonski and Rob Scott. Again, unable to make his way past at the hairpin. Cutler closing up. He's on a fresh set of tyres. He only put those softs on with 10 minutes remaining. So hardly anywhere on those. 4.5 minutes left. 2.9 seconds the gap. Bajonski and Rob Scott still neck and neck. A little bit further back this time for Bajonski, 0.5 of a second. Rob Scott looks like he's carrying a bit more speed down the straight as well. Cutler's brought the time down again, 2.5 seconds, 4 minutes remaining. These two up front will be feeling the pressure of that third place man. Again, they'll be feeling the pressure of those worn out tyres as well. Rob Scott goes very wide through turn 1. Bajonski unable to carry enough speed to make the move past him again. So this is where they're going to be a little bit slower than Cutler. They're going to have to take their time a tiny little bit more. Oh, Bajonski's run a bit wide there as well. He keeps himself in touch with Rob Scott though, but the gap between themselves and Cutler comes down again. Another half second in those couple of turns. Bajonski up the inside of the hairpin. So he does take race lead. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left on the clock. Can he hold on to it? He's got Rob Scott pressurising him for that first place back. There'll be dairy milks going everywhere in that cockpit. Cutler got the gap down to 1.2 seconds. They're going to see 2 laps. Cutler could be on for the win here. He's got to get past these two cleanly. They are neck and neck again as they head up this start-finish straight. Looks like Rob Scott just gets himself in front again. A real battle here for the end of this race. Rob Scott leading. Bajonski second. Cutler now just 0.9 of a second back. And he'll only close up now. He's in the slipstream range. Should be able to take full advantage of those fresher softs as well. Oh, little mistake from Bajonski there. That's brought Cutler right into the mix. He's managed to get up the inside of Bajonski. Bajonski holds his line into the hairpin. Get out of the way, Bridge. Oh, just holds it from Cutler. Just holds it. A teensy little bit of contact. Now, can Cutler carry the speed? No, he can't. Not up into this. Oh, he can. Just sticks one up the inside. Bajonski then gets pushed down to third. Cutler then slots himself into second. 0.9 of a second back from Rob Scott. What's going to be on the clock when they cross the line? Are they going to see 2 more laps after this one? No, I don't think they will. This could be last lap, but it will be literally at the final turn. Rob Scott then through turn 1. Cutler follows him. Bajonski follows him. Looks like that is number 1 Pops just trying to stay out of the way there. Thank you, number 1 Pops. Hattelad now 3 seconds back. He's back under pressure from Aldo actually for that position. He's got to be careful. It is last lap. All to play for then here at Blue Moon Bay. Oh, race lead being fought for now. Rob Scott under pressure. Cutler's got himself up the inside of the hairpin. He's going to make that easy. Plenty of grip. He's going to be able to get the power down a little bit earlier as well. Slots himself up front. So Cutler, final turn to go. As long as he doesn't put it in the wall, he looks like he could be on for the win here. Final lap redemption for him. And he's through. Just 10 seconds remaining on the race timer. Go up to the line then. It looks like Cutler's going to take the win, and he does. There he goes, first place by the skin of his teeth. Rob Scott second, Bajonski third, Aldo does take fourth, Hattelad fifth in the end. Yeah, struggling on those softs at the final stint. IT43 just by 7 thousandths takes the 6th place off of D-Dot. D-Dot 7th. Ricky J is going to take 8th position, 12.6 seconds down. Alien Swift, he's out of fuel. But he is going to take 9th with a no handbrake across the line, okay. Old Crawler is going to take 10th. And then a bit of a wait for Forky Jonesy. DK10 and Giraffe Head. Number 1 Pops has already crossed the line. Okay, so Forky Jonesy is going to come home for 11th position. 43 laps. DMK DK10 is going to take 12th, and sorry, we've missed Giraffe Head. He's just crossed the line in front of DK10. So DK10 takes that 12th then. Giraffe Head takes 13th, and number 1 Pops takes 14th. That was round 4 of the Chewwitt Racing Mini Cooper Cup, hosted by Tanso Racing Group over there on Facebook. Again, Chewwitt Racing also over there on Facebook, so go show the love, give them some clicks and some likes, and tell them your race and that kind of stuff. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. And yeah, get yourself over to the Tanso group. I assume you probably already are if you've been racing, but if not, if you're just listening along, get yourself over to Tanso, get involved. Give the guys at the Chewwitt Racing a shout as well. And go show D-Dot some love as well. D-Dot 90 over there on Facebook. Go swear at him and tell him that Dark Smoker sent you. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. But there were some really, really epic battles in that one. Close all the way through for some drivers. Real good battle between Bajonski and Rob Scott for the final stint. Only to be let down on tyres while Cutler came through to take that win. So there it is, round 4 done and dusted. Again, just a reminder that Goodwood will be rerun at the end of the season because the lobbies were a bit shocking last week. Only seen a tiny little bit of glitching tonight from Giraffe Head, and only once or twice as well, so hopefully everyone else had a good race. What do you mean Rob Scott's not in here? He's just taken second, third, something. There he is. Yeah, so that's pretty much going to be it from me. We'll be back same time, same place next week. I forget where we're from, but 8:30. I think we're back to 3 15-minute sprint races. But again, I'd forget where we are. But yeah, come and check us out next week, 8:30, same time, same place. If you want to get yourself involved in the racing, then hit up Tanso Racing Group on Facebook. Go swear at D-Dot Racing 90, and then go show the love to Chewwitt Racing. That's about the size of it. So I hope you like what you've watched. If you have, give it a like, a comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. If you fancy helping the channel out, you can get yourself over to, or you can't get yourself over to, well, you can, I suppose. You can get yourself over to buymeacoffee.com/darksmoker for donations. I'd much rather you hit me up at dartsmoker@googlemail.com, and for the similar price of a buy me a coffee donation, I'll send you some stickers out. But it doesn't work through buy me a coffee. Anyway, that's about it from me. So if you have liked it, give it a like, comment, subscribe, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dartsmoker. I'm out of here.